Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Vita here, back on the Madden 16 Ultimate Team, and today, this isn't the Ultimate Team, by the way, but as you guys can see by the title, this actually is now going to be the very last play out of the Gun Bunch week. I realize I should probably show you guys the running plays out of this playbook. I can only show you the running plays that are out of the playbook that I'm using, and unfortunately, there are only two running plays. We're just going to pick a random on defense. The halfback, mid-draw, and the read option. Both of these are pretty. I don't want to say advanced runs, but you definitely have to know what you're doing whenever you're using these runs. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best to show you guys and explain how I use them in the game. Um, so the read option, basically what happens is, or the read option, the draw is what we're running right now. That's the audible run play. Uh, Basically what happens is the quarterback is trying to draw them to follow either the receivers or go back to their zone. So obviously the better play action they have, the better that's going to work. But that doesn't really matter. The important thing is when the ball is snapped and it's doing that draw thing, that's when you need to find out when the hole is, okay? So when I snap the ball, they're going to stop for a second and the hole is going to develop. And I'm either going to have to hit the hole or run to the outside. And I'll show you guys what I mean. So I'm going to snap the ball, and I'm going to find the hole is to the left side. And I'm going to stop, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to go to instant replay and show you guys how I determine where the hole is. Because it's very important that that's how fast you find the hole. Right there is where you have to find the hole, okay? So if I run straight up the middle to this hole right here, you guys see, if I run straight up in between 76 and 62, I am going to get hit by 52, whoever this guy is. And if I run to the right in between 66 and 62, there are people standing there, so I am not going to be able to get through that hole. So at this point, I know I'm either going to have to run to the outside around number 71 or in between 71 and 76. Now, at this point, I can see I'm not going to be able to hit the edge because 71 has taken a step to the left, so I'm going to have to be able to run in between the two. In order to do that, I point the stick in the direction I'm going to go, and then I hold the RT button to run, okay? So you don't want to hold RT till you find the hole. Right there is where you're going to hold RT, or else if you speed boost too early, you're not going to be able to hit the hole correctly. And I would have tripped and fumbled all over number 76, but since I wasn't sprinting, I was able to hit the hole and keep running. So it's just that simple. You snap the ball right there. You have to figure out the hole. I know I can't run straight. I'm going to hit the linebacker, so I either have to run around or in between 71 and 76. Now I know I have to run in between the two, and that's exactly what I'm going to do to get the most amount of yards. I'll show you guys the play one more time. This is actually looking like a defense you probably don't want to run this play against, but we're going to snap the ball. We're going to see, okay, 76 didn't even pick up the block right there. So I'm going to run the play one more time and show you guys, like 76. Here, I'm actually going to prove it to you guys in case you missed it. Like, literally, I got nano blitzed. He ran right past, God, can you, hello? All right, this is good enough. He ran right past 76. I don't know what just happened right there. Okay, this is brawl defense. This is something you really don't want to run this play against because that's going to happen. See, you guys got to know, like, what you can run draws against and whatnot. This should be able to be ran against. Unfortunately, they kind of sent like a pretty mean blitz right there. So I'm gonna snap the ball, and we're gonna have to run to the right side. Actually, was probably the man. This is making this run play look really bad. But I promise you, it's a really good play if you know what you're doing. See, right here to the right side is stacked. So I'm either gonna have to take it up the middle or to the left, and I'm gonna have to take it up the middle to maximize my yards. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to show you guys the play a few more times. Right here, this is probably something you don't want to run against because the box is pretty stacked, but we're probably going to have to take it to the left side, and that's what we're going to do, but we're going to get it wrapped down. So the draw is really something it's not really something you want to pick right off the bat. It's usually something you want to audible to if you notice that the defense is not playing the run. Like right here, this would be really good if you're running inside zone, but since you're running a draw, this is normally something you want to audible out of since the middle is stacked. But running up the middle is probably going to be our best bet here. Actually, we're going to take it to the outside because the edge was pretty sealed right there. So that's going to be it for the draw. Like I said, you really have to know. See, this is probably going to be something really easy to run against because there's just no one there. Yeah, there was just no one there. So that's the point where you want to audible to a draw. Right here, this is probably not a defense you want to run the draw against. You see the safeties creeping down, which means I'm probably going to get swallowed up, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So you really have to practice the play and know when is the opportunity you want to run this. Right now, you don't want to run this against this either. Oh, wow, I actually got a nice pancake over there to the right, which is why I was able to run, which is why I was able to hit to the right and get out of there pretty well. But the halfback draw is very situational. You have to know when is the appropriate time to run it. Now I'm going to show you guys the read option. I'll show you guys how to run it basically. I guess is the easiest way to do. Read option is pretty killer every year. I'm running it with Sam Bradford though, so don't expect much out of it. Basically, when you hold RT, you're going to see an R over the person, and that basically means read, okay? So that guy is the guy I have to read. If he stands still, that means I have to hand the ball off, and if he runs down, that means I have to keep the ball. So we're going to snap the ball, he's going to run, so I'm going to keep the ball, and I'm going to juke to the inside and probably fumble. No, I'm not. So I'm going to explain to you guys real fast. I'm going to go to instant replay and show you guys what I mean. Okay. So when I snap the ball, this was the guy with the R above his head, so this is the guy I'm going to read. So I'm going to snap the ball, and I see that he is going to run. When he's running, that means that I want to keep the ball myself, right? Because he's going to follow the running back. If I were to hand the ball to the running back, he would chase down the running back and take him down in the backfield. But if you were to snap the ball and stand right there, then I would want to hold A and hand the ball off and hit the edge, hopefully. So right here, this is where you're actually probably going to have to read two people, even though it's telling you one, because it's stacked to the left. The read option is also pretty situational. At this point, I would probably audible out of it, but I'm going to stay in it just to see if I can make the proper read. But even if I make the read, it probably won't work correctly. So the guy with the R over his head, you probably want to watch both of those guys over there to see if they're going to chase, if they're going to drop back or sit there and wait for Bradford. They're actually going to wait for Bradford, so I had to hand the ball off. But like I said, that's probably one you want to audible out of. This is goal line, so you probably want to audible out of this as well. But he was standing there, so I handed the ball off. You guys could see that the linebacker decided to stand and hover, so that means I want to hand the ball off. See, if you watch, you see how he stands there like that? That means you want to hand the ball off, and that's exactly what I did. So we're coming out again where the left side is stacked. So this is going to be a little bit harder to read. So he snapped the ball. We're going to see he's going to chase him. I don't know why he tripped, but that was the right read to make. Like I said, that's probably one you want to audible out of. This is probably going to be good. It's just one person to read on the right side, well, the left side. So this is going to be one you want to stay in. He's going to chase the running back, so I probably shouldn't have handed that off. That was bad by me, but I cut back with the running back because he was trying to chase it. Right here, this is probably one you want to audible out of once again. We snap the ball. He's going to He's going to chase after the running back, but there was another cornerback sitting right there. So if I were to keep with Bradford, I'd be popped. Right here, it's telling us to read the cornerback. You're probably not going to be able to see him, so probably just want to read the linebacker there. The linebacker's going to sit there, so we're going to hand the ball off and get a few yards there. They keep coming out in like these weird nickel defenses, and of course goal line. So we're going to snap the ball. He's going to stand there, so we're going to hand the ball off. And so the running game isn't very effective out of gun bunch week, to be completely honest. It's just running the ball with these plays at the right time, to be completely honest. But with read options, they can be pretty killer. Like if that was Vic, that would have easily been a touchdown. They can be pretty killer as long as you run them correctly and you selectively run them in the correct situations. See right there with Vic, I mean that was goal line defense, but I would have easily been able to house that. But you definitely don't want to you want to keep them on their toes, basically, because both of these runs can be very effective if you're pass happy, which this formation really is a very pass heavy formation. So these runs, if you're gonna pull them into like a nickel defense where they're not stacking the box, these runs are going to be very, very effective. Right there, I held A to hand the ball off, but I guess he just didn't. Maybe I held it a little bit too late, but see right there, he's going to end up chasing him. We actually had a juke to the right side because there was still someone standing there. But like I said, it's just something you got to practice, and you just got to know the situation when you should be running it or not. With Vic, you might be able to juke that guy out of his shoes, but with Sam Bradford, not really. So see, yeah. So unfortunately, like whenever you're playing random, like you never know what you're going to be going against. So see right here, we're probably going to have to Yeah, see, right. That's it's just unfortunate. Like that's definitely something you want to audible out of. And I know I'm making the run plays look really bad, but if I were to be running this play right here, I would never in my life go through with this read option. There's way too many people stacked to the outside, which means I'm going to snap the ball, and no matter what read I'm going to make, if I would have kept that with Bradford, I was going to be popped. No matter what the read is, it's not going to end well. Right here, this is probably a formation. Maybe you could stay. I would keep it in this formation actually. So you're going to be able to easily, he's going to get a nice block shit, of course, over there because that's Michael Huff who can't block for shit. But with Vic, I'm going to be able to screen with that. Right here, I would definitely audible out of this, and I'll show you guys why. Because no matter what read you're going to make, you're just going to get slaughtered. But we did get a nice gain. So I don't know how many times I have to stress this. This is definitely, these run plays are definitely situational. Right here, I would much rather do a draw play here. Of course, we're getting swallowed up anyways. But it's just very situational. You really have to know how to read the defense with all of these run plays. This is definitely a draw sort of play. Yeah, out of quarters. Draws are pretty killer out of quarters, but I couldn't get to the juke to the inside because my linemen are incredibly slow. But this is the official last video of the Gun Bunch week, guys. It's going to be the run plays. Just break it down real fast, show you guys how they work. You just guys just got to know how to run them. Very situational. But if you like the video, guys, give it a like, comment, and subscribe. My next tip video like this on offense is going to be out of a new formation, so stay tuned for that. And as always, guys,